the approach of bird flu that's coming to us. People are very worried about it, aren't they?
My mum panics because she reads all this stuff and she phoned up last week because she thought her budgie had got it, Sooty. She's got a budgie. And apparently he was just in the corner of the cage shivering and won't go up its ladder. And he loves going up his ladder, Sooty. He loves it. What happened was, turned out the grandkids had been getting him out of the cage and holding him over a globe of the world and spinning it down, and it just freaked him out. I'm too high! I'm too high!
Bird flu, horse run. Stand still.
The government says don't panic. Says don't panic. If it gets into a stress situation, just move them all inside. But that's where we are. That can't be right.
I don't think the chickens are too bothered, really, because compared to what the farmers got in store for them, flu's a bit of a holiday, really, isn't it? But if I was a chicken, I'd be snogging other chickens trying to catch them.
They've been talking about 20 million people might die if the bird flu kicks off.
We're all right, we're blokes, aren't we?
Someone had to say it, Vic, and I'm glad it was you.
See what I've done there? Yeah, it's just the birds who are going to get it, isn't it?
If only, Vic. And then me and you could just run off together into the sunset.
Like we did last week.
Yeah.
Wembley's not finished. F*** off, really.
Yeah. Big shock.
No surprise. I was looking at some sort of report on it. It said that it's going to have 2,000 toilets. Wembley's going to have 2,000. And there's your delay. Waiting for the plumber, aren't they?
I thought, actually, that one of the problems is a language problem, isn't it, with the Australian builders? Because they used to have the rising inflection. When they finish a sentence, they rise up as if it's a question. So I think when they say, like, tomorrow you'll start work at 8, all the blokes go, that probably means about 10:30, doesn't it?
I just like the part that they were bollocking them for doing coke. I wouldn't make them do it, just make it do it all faster.
That's the answer, Kelly. People haven't been brave enough to say it, but drugs are what these builders need.
The robbery, I think it's wicked. Some guy got away with £40 million worth of unmarked notes. Good for him.
I blame the parents.
So you were right behind those guys that nicked your mum's jewels?
They can die a painful death. My mum's really pissed off about that. I think he got what was coming to him. My dad did chuck him out a window.
Did he mean to, or did he just...
He's on satellite navigation now, isn't he?
I know!
Yeah. Sat Nav, that's fantastic.
Your dad's doing satellite navigation?
No, he's not. It's somebody saying that it's him. It was like they had this whole thing in the newspaper, how that's like the new thing to download is the voice of your sat nav. And it's the #1 selling is my dad's voice, and the second one is my mum's voice. If I had to get in my car and turn on sat nav and listen to my parents anymore, I would definitely take a gun to my head.
Apparently now you can buy tractors with sat nav. And I thought, how pointless is that? He goes, you are now in lower field. You are approaching upper field. Why would you want sat nav in a tractor?
Or if you've got a really big farm.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And you don't know where your fields are.
When does a robbery become a heist? We don't have any heists over here, do we?
Exactly.
Someone
Only in
has
film
to...
titles.
Technically, the difference between a robbery and a heist is someone has to be lowered upside down on a wire.
All right. The police chief actually said the mistake they've made is they've stolen too much. What? And in the article it said if they got all the money that they'd taken and they stacked it all on top of one another, it'd be about 400 foot high. So if the thieves are watching, better not do that.
I think that... Sorry, I'm enjoying a boiled sweet. I shouldn't be. I think they should melt it down.
That's a fine idea, Vic.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah. You have the look of a master criminal about you. There have been a couple of arrests.
That
Was it that guy riding down the street on an elephant going, woo!
With gold shoes on.
Boats, everybody!
There's two of them disguised as policemen and the rest had the obligatory ski masks, baseball bats. Where did they buy them from? When JJB's and go, ski masks, half a dozen, and tell you what, baseball bats as well. Playing round is it's a bit nippy. It's all right.
The thing I find interesting about this robbery is that they say, initially they say it's 40 million, they say it could be 50 million.
Yeah.
And these are people who are supposed to look after money, and they don't know how much is in there.
That's why they should have taken it if they're not looking after it.
It wasn't the fact that they weren't looking after it, they did actually have to break in, threaten to kill people to get it. It wasn't like they were just sitting on a riverbank going...
I just want to ask Neil, how would you get rid of 40 million quid?
Oh, so easy. Buy a little country.
Buy a
You
little
could buy
country.
one of those islands off Dubai.
Absolutely. Stick some electricity on there, grow a big fat whole plantation of marijuana plants and never leave.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you may applaud, but what kind of example is that to little Kelly Osbourne? 7 out of 10 adults are unaware that there is an £80 on-the-spot fine for what?
Is there an £80 on the spot fine for letting your kids scream and run around?
It is to do with kids.
Is it threatening to shut them in the car? Because, like, we had our son Jack, he was about 6, and he was really infuriating everybody, right? I used to say to him, if you don't behave yourself, you're going to the car. And on this occasion, it was Sunday lunch in a pub, and he wouldn't shut the up. So I pictured him.
He's a proud dad.
It's OK, he's 19 now, I still do it. Put him over my shoulder and started to walk out through, and everyone was really glad, right? People like you. Nice one. Thanks, Dad, you're doing it. So I said, come on, we're going to the car. And we weren't really. Just going out the front, a little word, and then come back. Going out through all these people and the tables, and he's a little sod. He suddenly got the idea of going to above my head to the public, and he said, "Not the car! Not the car!" Right? I'm thinking, no, you're coming to the car. And he goes, "Help!"
10% of dinner ladies see what as essential?
Is it food?
What about Topless Friday? Come on. No fried food today. Come on.
I'll give you a clue. It's to do with a kitchen implement.
Axe. An axe.
What about like a serving spoon?
That would be higher than 10%, I feel.
Yes, yeah. No, a lot of them just do it with their hands. Like that. There you go.
If attacked by a bear whilst camping, 31% of American men would abandon their partner in favour of their own safety. Is that true or false?
What you shouldn't do if a bear comes at you, you should not run. You shouldn't run away because they take that as panic. I mean, I think you should run away if there's two of you. If she's there, you should say, let's run for it, because just keep a bit in front of her then, couldn't you? Just go, I'll run that way, you run for the cubs. She'll not attack you with her kids.
I mean, I've actually dealt with, I know how to deal with bears. I know that I wouldn't want to, but it's very easy to deal with. A lot of people get frightened. There's no need to be frightened. The thing about bears is you just let them come at you. Just keep as fast as they want. Just stand still. And when they're about 6 inches away, you just do this. You just go, whoa, like that. Because they've got those big, round feet. They've got no mobility. They just go, whoa.
Richard, I've got a question for you. OK, you're camping with Judy.
Yeah.
Do you abandon Judy if attacked by a bear?
I would lay down my life for my wife.
Presumably, when you get home, you go, I don't watch this, Judy. If attacked by a bear whilst camping, 31% of American men would abandon their partner in favour of their own safety. Is that true or is it false?
We now think it's false.
You are right, it is false. 7% of US men would abandon a loved one if attacked by a bear. Never mind a bear, I nearly left my girlfriend when that whale came up the Thames.